Hey everybody, I'm back from Florida with an A, Florida. We're gonna play some game aborted. Let's get white again. Come on, let's get white. There we go. We're gonna play some rapid. We're trying to get our rating back up because we've been losing a lot. Read in a book the other day that going. That's weird because I was just gonna talk about being in the Philidor. That going here first against d6 is the current theory. So we're gonna play this. This move is dubious, as it has been said. All right. So he's gambiting a pawn. Do I take? I think I'm going to. All right, he develops. Let's go ahead and kick the bishop just so we don't have knight to e5 business going on. It's pen. He does have check and then queen trade. I should probably castle pretty soon. Okay. That is what he does. In interest of not... Okay. In interest of not doing the queen trade in the middle of the board, let's think about this. So... I'm not even sure if I want to avoid that. So this takes with the knight. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Takes with the knight. Now this is defended twice. Should I do this first? I think I'm going to. If this pawn wasn't here, that'd be a horrible move because the bishop could just take back. And we're a pawn up, and I think we have a much better position here. I might just queenside castle here. It's certainly aggressive. He has the open B file. I think I'm gonna do it. Yep, we're gonna do it. Okay. He's attacking my A pawn. I like knight to b3 because I like the knight on these juicy squares here, maybe even this one. King will probably move over at some point. I feel like my evaluation, excuse me, I probably have to be up in evaluation by a little bit. All right, so if pushes, he can't take as a pin. This could fall. How are we gonna do this? I'm trying to play the best way possible. I think I need to get my queen out from in front of my kingside pawns. This is what my gut's going with. Like, I like the idea of attacking this and then possibly coming to this square, or guarding my knight on this square. These two pawns do keep my rook on my half of the board, which is a bit annoying. Let's go ahead and double. All right. Of course, he's gonna castle now, but you know, if I go here and he takes the A pawn with his queen, I can just go here. But then he has the attack on the B pawn, so we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. I'm not sure. At this point, I just kind of have to move. It's getting to be that point in the game. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It's double. I even like this. At some point, I probably do need to do this. Okay. I mean, yeah, I just lost a pawn. That's unfortunate. After the castling of the king, this pawn was no longer safe. This is a fork of the two rooks. This is defended. Hold up. Could I just... Nah, he could have brought his rook back. All right, he's a pawn up. Yeah, I let this game go like a lot more than I should have. Okay, we're gonna do. We'll guard like this. Actually, the rook is really useful on this rank. This move may be incoming. Okay, so after I take here, this is a triple fork now. So I don't know that he can, like, he would have to maybe, no, he can't go there. So yeah, I think we're kind of back to cooking a little bit. We're back to cooking some. I played that way wrong. I played that wrong. Is my knight just like trapped now? Yeah, I had every chance in this game, and I just was bound and determined to mess it up pretty bad. Guys, I am cooked. I'm just completely cooked here. I can't do anything. Nah, I can't. I literally, all my pieces are hanging. This is the kind of stuff that is happening that is like, this is a prime example, probably one of the best examples. Like, absolutely no reason to let that happen in a game to where I did all the work in the opening to have the better chances and then completely throw it all away. To me, it just seems like a lack of focus. Let's go ahead and get the... If here, maybe here. Maybe not to, yeah, I think we'll take that. Yeah, I think I took my foot off the gas on that last game for being like, what, a pawn up at one point? Or just a better position? Okay. Let's do that. That's another idea. Playing a 15-18, I mean, well over 100 points lower than where I've been, so feel like my position is much better. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Not too worried. I mean, he can protect. I'm not worried about the pawn anymore. I'm not going to get the pawn, probably. All right. This pawn is blocking his queen, so I'm going to go ahead and take. And I'm going to take one of his attacking pieces out of the equation, right? Yeah, because we're up in material now. Then I'm going to bring my queen right here. Oh no, okay. When did I... Alright. So we have 2 pieces for rook. I'm okay with that. Let's push this pawn. It is guarded by the queen. Might bring the rook over at some point. Danger levels. And this pawn was hanging after the knight moves. Alright. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice for white. This pawn is hanging twice. Yeah, I'm just got back from vacation, so relaxed. Maybe not the most worked up. Put the rook here. As it was hanging. If I take this pawn, this is no longer hanging. This seemed like a better square. Okay. I think I'm all right with the queen trade there. I think I'm all right with that. Bishop and knight. I am a pawn up as well. Or what do you do forward when it's so pawns are equal, which means that he has to have an extra pawn with his rook to be equal. 5, you know, 2 pieces is 6. 5 for rook. My thoughts is take this pawn, put the bishop back, and then I'm just chilling. And it's up to me to try and, you know, throw the game like I did the last game at that point. Like, probably even more so than the game before. Like, this is a even better position than the game before. Hopefully that, you know, like this is enough to learn from though, you know, for like 1200s or 1000s or something. Okay. So we're going to anchor the bishop. I couldn't take the pawn because this is hanging, but we'll figure something out. What about takes. Queen could go here, here. I think I'm going to try it. That or I should just march this pawn. I'm going to try it. I like my chances. And if he pushes, like, you know, after I guard my pawn, I could push this. Looks like it could be pretty promising. Knight covers the e8 square. Yeah, that last game I just felt like I might be a little bit tired because I was playing slow, but definitely lost focus. Teamed with the fact that I was tired, though, it seems like maybe I wasn't hurrying through it, you know, because I was just moving slow. So I do have the time advantage. Hopefully the opening of the last game and then maybe, you know, a big portion of this game could kind of, you know, give a little bit of instructive material. If here and here, this pin could be a good idea with the queen being here, but, you know, that's for the future. He's eating up a lot of time here. That's good. Okay. That's planned. If he goes in the corner, this is mate. I'm not going to lie. I think there's a distinct possibility that I might have messed this up a little bit. If he goes here, I can force a queen trade. So that's something. looks like I'm gonna have to do that. Yep, I'm gonna have to do that. So I'm not crazy happy about this. Because he can just go here, and am I like already just losing a piece? Yeah, this is bad. So this was a lot to calculate. I can't defend both pieces. There's no way he's... Well, no. I can check here. I can check there. And I, by a miracle... I can go back and I just basically lose both pieces. But I think my queen or my king will be in a better position to run. This might just really be kind of saving me on time at this point. So I'm going to go here. That was definitely good for me, for him to not take both pieces for a rook. Bishop is anchored. We, by the skin of our teeth, found a way out of that one. Okay. This does cut off this square, but it's also pushing towards queening. This is scary for me, but like, yeah, it's a minute. Okay. Okay. Always got to be aware of what my pieces can do. You know, I gotta, if I can come in with a skewer or a fork of any type, I have to be aware of that. Okay. We're just gonna push. I'm gonna be losing this pawn very soon, I feel like. Now, he's out of moves. Can't come here to check me. Can't save the pawn. All right, we got the dub. I could actually just check him right here. I'm just gonna not though. Maybe I should have. Yeah, definitely should have. Because that pawn could be, you know, become powerful. But too late. Check. Game over. Oh. Well, we got it done. 1550. Hey, it's a good even number, right? Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you back. I'll see you back next time. A little more energy. A little better games. Deal? All right. Have a good night.